and conducting seminars and working with women more than 15 years. Before, I was very oriented to be a very social woman, to build a career, to earn money, to build my own house, to have car, to have businesses, just the regular list of purposes which are given by society. I had this. And I had this from the very childhood. But it's funny, I remember that from the very childhood, from 5 years old, at the same time I was reading parallel different books. For example, one book could be about some career, about building, business building, about how to be successful and so on. And at the same time, at the same bed, I had another book about some religion, about spirituality, about some history, legends, about spiritual stuff. And I remember in my children's mind, they were both like connected. And now I understand, wow, it's so great, because more women and people I meet, more I listen the question, how to connect, to combine these two worlds. Spiritual world, the world of my spirituality, and the world of my material stuff. Because as I noticed, for 90% of people, it's like a big difference, like separation between this one, or I do spiritual work, or I'm too much focusing on the material work. And every time we have the inner question, how to balance it and how to connect it. But it's interesting that in my child mind, there was no separation. It was like together. And it was no any conflict in it. And still now I believe and I feel, and I'm personally practicing this idea, that in reality there is no separation even between business and spiritual development. Because we can use, for example, the business or some activity or what we do as the spiritual practice, which help us to be like more better, to develop some talents inside us and so on. And as I remember, all my life I was very interested in some knowledge about women. Because when I realized all my social career purposes, I received everything. If you would like, I will give you a lot of stories about my life. But, for example, I was the media director of a big company in Moscow, media company. And finally, I came to conclusion that it is just a startup of my life. Everything that I achieved in money, in the social world, in the career business, everything, car, flat, garden, and so on, it's just some fundament, some basic for my future development. And only that moment I feel myself like free to be what I want to be. And I let myself to start to travel and to search for teachers, for spiritual masters, because from the very beginning, when I was very small, again 5, 6 years old, I had a feeling that my life here on this planet is not just for nothing. There is some big idea why my soul was given the birth in this body. I felt it from my essence, that there is some idea, some sense why I'm here. And I thought that, oh, it's so stupid if I just grow up, start earn money, continue to eat some food every day, to have some maybe men for sex, family. And I thought that, oh, it's so primitive. It probably, has to be something else in this life. And I believed in this very deeply in my small child, a small girl. And when I was about 25 years, I started to, because till 25 I achieved all these social purposes. I let myself to travel and to look, to search for teachers, for masters, for spiritual path, exactly about woman stuff. Because to that moment, when I built the career, I have get a lot of problems with my feminine disease, with my feminine health. With my womb, I had very big pains during the periods. menstruation.
Cramps.
Oh, I know the new word.
Painful.
Painful period. Yes, and these pains were so big that even pills didn't help me. First they helped, then they stopped help, then I started to use different injections in order to stop the pain. But each month, 3, 4, 5 days, I was almost dead. And it was a real big problem for me, because I understood that more I go through like this, more I will have big problem. But nobody could explain me why I have this. Because when I went to some doctors, some medicine specialists, they couldn't give me the real recommendation, real help. And as many women, after trying to find this help from the official medicine, then when I disappointed in this, I started to look for something else, like healers, like someone who could help me with some energy, because it was really painful and I didn't want to live anymore with these pains. And it was the next step of my life, and it was interesting because I recognized that yes, there are some good healers who could really help me, and after meeting with them, during some period, my pain go down, almost no pain. But then this pain come back. And also there are some healers who are just charlatans. Yes, and only when I met, after several years, my real spiritual master, he explained me all laws of spiritual healing, how it works. And I believe that my life really started only from the moment when I found my spiritual master. And before, it was like I was sleeping. Something happened with me in this life, but it was very unconscious, very mechanically. And all the problems that were given to me at this period of life, with my feminine health, with gynecological problems, with problems with my relationship, I had a lot of lessons from Creator in order to start to find this spiritual path and to find answers for how to change myself. Because of course my parents couldn't explain me this, my teachers in school couldn't explain me this. And I'm very grateful for my master that he spent time for me to explain all this and started to train me to explain how to help other women. Because after I helped myself, yes, I felt that yes, it's like a mission that I can share this with others. And more I travel now. During these 15 years, I've been to maybe 32 countries, and everywhere I meet with women. And I see that really woman is more closer to Creator, more closer to divine than men, for example, because they have this like ability to be open herself like a student. Yes, because men are more guided by some ego. Yes, and for women it's more easy to be more flexible, to be more acceptable and more open like a student, and to change herself. That's why we are lucky to be in a woman body. My congratulations. Maybe next life our soul will choose another body. Yes, as it was before, because each of you, of course, your souls had a different experience, a lot of experience in the masculine body, a lot of experience in the feminine body. I can see all this when I do karmical diagnostic. When we do karmic diagnostic, we go like we see back what lives the soul received before and what experience the soul received before, and it's very interesting sometimes. And what about today? Today we are going to speak about the most important treasure that we have, about womb. And I need to ask you, do anybody has surgered womb? Yes, so you don't have physical organ. Okay, it doesn't matter that we're going to do today, because energetically these feminine organs still exist in our energetical body. And what we're going to do today, it's a ritual of purification. When I found my master, my spiritual teacher, his shaman, his white shaman, he explained me very interesting facts about shamanism tradition. And today I'm going to share this vision with you about everything concerning feminine divine, about womb. If you would like, of course you're welcome, we'll share with you this lecture. And if you would like to learn more about my master, about teacher, you could have books where his life is described and the life of his students described. And I want to give you, like, it's a gift from me. This book will be for free for you by email, but I'll ask you a favor to respond me back some how to say, впечатления, testimonials. Yes, why I need this, because it's like a launch. This book was not published before in the United States, and I'm going to publish to print it, but I need to have some feedback. Okay?
So
Thank you very much.
Version.
Yes, yes. Especially how better to start the book from what.
Better version.
Yeah, yes. Because still it is in electronic version. I have a chance to change something. Yes, at the very beginning, just to be more closer to mentality of local people. Okay, will it help you?
Yes.
Thank you.
Gladly.
Thank you. What about shamanic tradition? Not just shamanic tradition, but feminine shamanic tradition. It's a little bit differs. Because in this shamanic tradition, they believed that the main line, like lineage, family lineage, goes through women line, not through men. Because usually in the regular opinion, this lineage moves from man to man. But from shamanic point of view, the lineage, the spirit of lineage, moves from woman to woman. How we can understand this? I'll tell you one story. It was funny. It was in my seminar, in one of the seminar with women. It was a practice when women do some exercises in pairs. And the task was to share something about their man. And I remember that it was a situation, two women were in one pair, and they started to share their experience about their men. And one lady, she started to explain it. Oh, I had such bad experience in my life. My husband was not very polite with me. He was angry, like a little, psychology abuse myself. He didn't help me any time. Even when my mother was dying, he didn't help me to go to her to find their medicine, doctors to heal her. And every time we had conflicts with him. Just briefly, yes, I explained. Then the next woman who was with her in this pair, she started to tell, you know, my husband, he's so wonderful. He's giving me flowers. Even almost like every week I received a gift from him. Last week he brought some necklace, yes. The week before he sent me the gift by mailbox with the beautiful dress that I wanted to buy before. And even he bought a very expensive trip for my mother because he wanted us to be alone, but and so just sent you out. Anyway. And then, why it was funny, because after some circles, there was different steps of this exercise practice, they recognized that it is the same man. Yes. It's just confirmation. One, when the man enters some new family lineage, his destiny could be changed. His behavior could be changed. And even it is the same man, two women described him in the completely different ways. With one woman, he was behaving like this. With another woman, he was behaving like this. Opposite, yes. So it is just like example to prove that really, from shamanic position, it's true that the lineage, the main spirit moves from woman to woman, from daughter to daughter, yes? And when man come to this lineage, he could be completely other person. This is the first important moment from shamanic tradition. Another important and interesting moment. Several years ago, when scientists decided to make a photo of aura of a child who's just born, they were shocked because they saw the aura, the energy. Can you imagine? Just this child was born, and at the same time they make a photo, and they already saw this aura, this energy. They were shocked because they couldn't believe that the woman could give the birth not only for the physical body, but also more than physical body. And they thought, oh, she's like a creator. How can be? And if we'll go deeper and try to understand how energetically it works, we'll see very interesting fact that when the child in the womb, when the woman is pregnant, she really creates not only the physical body, not only cells, yes, muscles and so on, but also some energy. And how she does it? How womb do it? Who does it? Because the womb has the connection with the divine energy, with subtle, with spiritual energy. And when the womb has this connection, pure connection with the divine, she accept this power, this energy, and using this, как это плетет, create, waving these energy bodies. And what is it, energy bodies? What is it, aura? It is our destiny, yes, because aura has the information about our destiny, about our future, about everything that we are. Of course, not the complete aura, but some bodies. But anyway, we do it. And what happens when this connection, womb and universe, is damaged? The womb does not have the source to receive the pure energy, the light energy, the spiritual energy for creating the good destiny for a child. In this way, only what she can do, this mechanism, yes, our womb, правильно говорю, womb, she can take the energy from something that woman has. But if she has broken connection with the divine, with the pure energy, what she has? She has her problems, she has her fears, she has her diseases, yes, she has her past experience, maybe conflicts, something which is not healthy. And from this energy, she's creating this destiny, these subtle bodies to a child. That's why a lot of examples when the child born already with a bad karma. And many women before to be pregnant, they came in the past to shamans with the asking to make the ritual of purification of womb, in order to reconnect with the divine, to restore this pure connection with the divine energy, in order to bring the healthy and good destiny, happy destiny to her child in the future. And shamans did special rituals in order to purify and to reconnect her. But now we don't have this knowledge and this practice in the common life. And what happened? Instead of creating this good destiny for the child, we create this hard, heavy destiny. And already a lot of children, they are born with a big assortment of different diseases. Physical diseases, karmical diseases, because karmical diseases, it's problems that they will meet in the future life. Naturally, our womb has mechanism to purify herself by itself. It's like burning all negative inside. And that's why when, for example, woman has sex with man, usually men, for example, imagine man was hardly working, doing some business, had meeting with different partners, yes, had a hard day, and then in the evening he comes back to family, for example, or to the woman, and they have sex. Through this process, energetically, he shares what he has now. Not something healthy, yes. Maybe some negative emotions, maybe some stress, which he received at his work with money, with credits, a lot of stuff negative, which could influence him badly. And so all this energy he brings to a woman. And through sexual contact, he just gives it to her. Why? Because you know that when we have sex, our aura is completely opened. There are 3 positions when our aura completely opened. It is when we do sex, when we eat, and when we sleep.
Wow. So
In this way, we are totally open for everything that want to come inside our aura. That's why before I have recommendations, before you go to sleep, for example, please do special purification exercises. To clean your energy, not just shower, it's not enough, because shower purifying your physical body, but there are special exercises which helps to purify your energy bodies. And in this way you will go to sleep without all this stuff of heavy energy from the day. So when women and men they have sexual relations, women receive this hard negative energy sometimes from a man. But naturally, the womb has the mechanism to burn and to transform all this negative energy from men. And in the past times, it was like this. That's why when men have sex in the morning, he's very active. Yes, he's jumping, running to the work. He's nice. But sometimes woman, after sexual night, in the morning, she's opening her eyes and she has headache. She's tired, she has headache, she has depression, she doesn't want to go to work, for example, or she doesn't want to leave, or something, some negative emotional state inside. Why? It's the result that she accepted this negative energy from men through sexual contact, but her womb was not able to transform this energy completely. And this is the problem, that women continue to accumulate this negative energy inside her. And now imagine, if it happens not once, if it happens several, I don't know how frequently they have sex, but several, for example, times per week, yes? How many weeks, how many years, woman and man, husband, wife, they live together? 10 years, 20 years. What happened inside her? It's awful. Of course, it's this negative energy accumulating more and more, because this womb, like washing machine, cannot realize her main function to purify, to burn all negative and to transform energy. And if so, this womb doesn't have connection with the divine, if it is damaged because of stress, because of pollution, because of ecology, because of depression, because of conflicts, because of negative emotions, because of thoughts, yes? So we broke this connection. And also our washing machine doesn't work for 100% as it has to. What happened? Finally, this negative energy start to be compressed in physical disease, like myomas, fibromas. Do you know what does mean cancer? it is this negative energy which accumulated inside the woman plus ненависть, envy,
Hatred.
hatred,
Hatred.
envy. So when the woman accumulates a lot of negative energy in her womb,
Envy, it's like зависть.
не зависть, а
Anger?
Anger.
anger.
Злоба.
Anger.
Не злоба, а ненависть.
Hate.
Hatred.
Hate.
Hate.
Hate. Yes, so when she has a lot of, but she's not guilty because, of course, we have everyday stress. We have everyday some news about economy, politics. We are suffering about this, yes, and we are not enough connected with the divine. That's why our womb does not have enough source to purify and to transform negative to positive. And if at this moment she has conflict with man, for example, and she hate him, yes, this hate brings this danger to receive the cancer. It's like an example. I can speak a lot about this because I have a video course about feminine health. It is about gynecological problems, and I explain in each class theory, plus I give special practice and meditations in order to change and to heal gynecological problems. That's why some of you who will be interested, at the end I will tell you where to find it. Do you have questions maybe? Or that I told
No, we just was trying to translate into English. I mean, what's better?
Maybe I'll explain Russian. You didn't understand something?
No, I was just thinking.
No, you can say a few words in Russian from your soul to us, kind of like it's understandable. In my head, it's kind of like I don't have uterus, I don't have womb, but I have, and I didn't have sex. I was in sexless marriage for so many years, so it's kind of like stuck energy in me. So I need to purify and connect to divine to clean this, and it's within me. It's my.
Thank you very much. I remember what I wanted to tell. Sexual relationship, it's just a few percentage how we can use our sexual power. Yes, our feminine energy. Usually it's a big mistake that people think that sexual energy just or to do sex or to have birth, give a birth to child. Yes, in reality, it's our main energy that we can use for achieving any goal. In my the second course, video course I have, it's for women who trying to be successful, to do business, and I explain there how we can direct our sexual power in order to attract our goals, in order to achieve what we want. For example, the difference when the man has the purpose, it is like the mountain, and he sees this purpose at the top of the mountain and he goes directly to achieve this purpose. When women do the same, she uses her energy not effectively. She's trying to be like a woman, like a man. And in this way, she will lose a lot of power. She will be tired. She will not be happy because we have another mechanism. Instead of trying to be like a man and trying to achieve the goal like man's style, she can develop her treasure, her divine sexual energy, and to create like a magnetism power in order to attract this purpose. It is more easy for her by her nature. And there are special also exercises how to do it, how to develop this magnet inside her and to train herself to attract everything that she wants. Because this comes not from here like men do, but from here. And it's also a big sphere of knowledge that I share on the seminars, and we are going to practice some of the stuff on the retreat that we'll have at the end of March in Los Angeles and the ocean. So welcome to join us. It will be only feminine practice, special for feminine sexual energy. How to direct it, to use it for transformation, and to be like как это, магиня. Goddess, magic woman who could attract magicians, yes, how through her sexual power to attract what we want, and not to just spend it for men, for this. No, it's our treasure. We need to accumulate this.
Like, you know, the chakras that
Mhm.
are like, how does that relate? Does it have to do specifically with one of the chakras, or is it all of them?
You mean that this knowledge about how create the magnetism to achieve? There are several chakras which we develop and train, and through rituals we create this power of magnetism. There are several different exercises that you can do after retreat day to day in order to practice and to empower yourself. And by my experience, after 2 weeks, women started to realize their goals. It happens like she thinks about something, she has this desire inside, and somebody opens the door and say, okay, you need it, take it. It works like this. It's magic. But for this magic, we need to learn how to direct, to transform, how to train our sexual power. Because usually nobody explained us this. Not in the school, not in the university, not from parents. Yes, we didn't. Yes. It's the knowledge of Priestess. It's the knowledge from ancient traditions like Cleopatra. We have some discs, DVD here. This DVD are about 10 greatest women in history. Because each of women, they had some main quality. For example, you know Thais Afinskaya? Thais Athen?
Athens.
Athena. Thais. She was the lover of Alexander Macedonsky.
Alexander the Great.
The Great. No. Okay, so she manifested the power of inspiration. Toltecs, witches, you know? Toltec witch. Toltec witch. Witch, yes. She manifests the power of sexual energy, which is directed to magnetism. Geisha. You know, geisha. It is the power of charm, through words, through conversation. Then Amazonkas. This is the Amazon.
Yeah.
This is the power of inner self-confidence and not allowing anybody to manipulate. Yes, you know Aphrodite. Yes, this is the power of beauty. How to use this power in this life. Cleopatra, Scheherazade. You know Scheherazade? Scheherazade? Do you know who is she? What is the most power of her?
Storytelling.
Yeah, this is the art of intrigue.
So she was 101 Nights, wasn't it?
Yes,
She
yeah.
was telling her.
Yes, it was a story that the king was trying to kill her, as every woman he killed after sexual contact. But she started to tell him stories. And she was so perfect in this storyteller that he was waiting the next night in order to listen this continuation of the story, and he couldn't kill her.
Netflix now.
So-
Netflix now. You can feel it. TV shows.
Okay, Cleopatra, you know Cleopatra.
Oh, Cleopatra.
It's the power of self-confidence, like Tsaritsa, Tsar,
The queen.
the queen.
Yeah.
Queen. So we have 10 DVDs, and each of these DVD explain how to awaken, empower this quality, which is brought by concrete women in this history, their power. Even we had a sexual relationship in the past, several years before. But probably you know that this connection still keeps, сохраняется, still keep, even we are separated. I will tell you one more story. It was also with my student from Mexico, by the way. Yes, from Mexico. And she separated from with her husband because they had awful relationship. He was как это, мужчина депрессивный такой.
He was depressed.
He was depressed. You know,
Clinically
depressed. There is such a type of man who are clinically depressed. And of course, when they were married, his emotional state influenced her very much. And of course, they had sexual relationship. And he had some problems with government, with drugs, and finally they decided to separate because they wanted to save life for their children, and children stays with mother. So what happened next? And he left to other city. He was living in another city. And suddenly, after maybe 4 years after they divorced, woman, why I know her, because she came to my consultation and she told that she doesn't want to live, and she was trying to suicide herself 2 times already. And when we started to speak with her, I couldn't understand, first of all, why it's happening, because normally she had everything okay, children are healthy, were healthy. Job also was fine. She was a manager in the company. Parents alive. So no concrete problem in her life. No special like credit, debts, problems, financial sphere, no. But she had this idea that she doesn't want to live, and depression and suicide ideas, and she couldn't understand what to do with this. And when I made diagnostic to her, and look through her relationship, because we can do diagnostic when we see both of partners, tantrical diagnostic. And finally I understood that at the same time this man at that city, he fallen some bad situation with bandits, and they угрожали убить его. They
threatened his life.
Yes, threatened his life, and he was going to suicide himself and to jump from the big bridge to the river and suicide. And what happened at this moment? This lady, she catched his idea about suicide. Even they were not together several years already, but this sexual connection which they created in the past was still alive, and that's why through this sexual connection there is contact. She was influenced by him, because woman is very how to say, she's too much attached. Yes, too much attached during the relationship with men, because we are more emotional, more open, yes, more open for relations, energetically, emotionally. And that's why it's very important to regularly to do this ritual of cutting past relations, past contacts. When the woman cut these relations from the past, magic happens, because the new space is opened for the new relationship, for new love. After this ritual that we will do today, many women the next day feel themselves younger, 10, 15, 20 years. Yes, because the sexual energy stopped to
You're not losing
lose
energy anymore.
yes anymore, and it effect like she receive back her power, her sexual energy. That's why during the next day she feels totally, completely other way, more sexy, more young, more attractive. Recently in Germany I've been, the woman, she was about 45, 50 years old, and her period stopped already, menopause. And at the end of this ritual, she came to me and said, "What happened? I don't understand. I don't have menstruation, but now I feel that it's again coming back." Yes. So this is the source of our beauty, our health, our sexuality, our magnetism. And be ready that after this ritual
Yeah.
When you'll go outside, somebody like me will pay too much attention.
Watch out.
Yes, and another result could be please switch off all your mobiles, because during this ritual will be activized the past contacts energetically, and man could suddenly remember about you from your past, even you didn't see him many years.
So if we're gonna put in airplane mode, nobody can reach us.
Okay,
Put in
for
airplane
example,
mode, we're flying.
right. The biggest number of text messages were 92 during 2 hours. Yes, already
I
it
want
was.
you.
Is it even possible?
No, no,
from one,
but-
from one man or from different men?
From one man.
One man?
Yes, but please understand, it's very important, because if due to this ritual some connection will remind yourself about this connection, and men start to text you suddenly, or man from the past suddenly call you, oh, I love you, suddenly he loves you, before he didn't, but now it's it's not, please be, я должна
Aware.
предупредить, be aware
I
that
want the words
you
like
don't
aware.
have to support,
Reply,
to reply and to support this contact.
Support that, yeah.
It means that it's not good idea, that this man is not good. Why? Because this is the reaction of a vampire. When man in the past vampires the energy from woman, and he continued to vampire energy even they are separated, because energetically they are still connected. Yes? And by the way, she could feel herself sometimes depressed, without the energy, weak. It's why? Because he's still taking vampires the energy from a woman, even he's in another city or another country.
Can I say something?
Yes.
It's so funny. Last night I had a dream about my boyfriend who had a really strong influence on me. 20 years ago we broke up, and that was sort of a reason why I came here to the United States. But to make a long story short is that I knew that he was taking my energy, because I was kind of always had this openness with him.
Yes.
You know, I would go back to home every summer, then he would always have, invite me for dinner, and he always invited me to have summer with him, which I never did, summer vacation. Anyway, and I did go there with the purpose to cut the cord, 5 years ago, totally, finally, fully, okay?
Yes.
And I did come back, and I did meet, a couple of men right after, a couple of weeks after that. I was in a relationship for a year. So that was all my plan.
Yes.
But I was just thinking when you're listening to you, that, it's so good. I could kind of sneak into my dream, and it was like intense dream. So anyway, it's interesting how it does take.
Yes,
kinda have
it's
to
so
somehow
it's,
really-
we are very connected, and if suddenly men start to call you and say, oh please, I love you, text messages, how are you, my dear? After so many time passed, it means that the vampire feels that, oh, where's my energy? I need it back. Where is it? I need it back, connection. And he will try to manipulate you,
Yes.
to provocate you, because when he provocates you, what happens? Your reaction is your energy coming back to him. That's why, please, disconnect yourself from this opportunity to restore this relationship with this man. Understand?
What if you have children with this man? And you
No.
hear about him and
Well, the question about children and the question about men.
that your connection to this man is the children that you had with him.
It's,
So he's always there. His essence and his presence is always there. And if you want to disconnect because it was not a relationship that worked, how is that possible?
we spoke at the very beginning that the spirit of family lineage comes from woman to woman. Yes, it means that yes, you have the blood, yes, some cells, some DNA from him together. But if you feel that these relations are not healthy, because sometimes it is healthy, it's okay. Yes, you don't need to do, but better. Even if they are healthy, you block the opportunity for new love, for new relationship.
Yes,
You need to
yes.
purify the space around you energetically. That's why better to do this.
Yes, I would like to do this. I would like to know how to do this.
Yes, in this curve. That's
Okay.
why I started this path of transforming energy and trying to change myself. It was difficult because I was too much focused on business and career building, and it was difficult.
It's survival mode.
Yes, yes. And that's why I believe that for each woman, very important to find this harmony. To be successful, to be powerful, to be strong. Because of course we're not going back to the kitchen.
Differences.
Yes, but sometimes women spend too much time, the whole life, trying to create this basic safety. Finally, she lose all her energy, youth, beauty, and of course relationship, money, because everything. If woman has a lot of energy in her womb, and she's doing feminine practice, empower herself, she will have not only relationship, she will have money, business, she will be very successful. Because everything that we have around us, it's just manifestation of the energy we have inside. About diagnostic, what kind of diagnostic we have and type of consultations, and what is the difference between of them. The first level, the most like basic diagnostic and consultation, it's diagnostic of health and diagnostic of feminine essence. This is the first level. Diagnostic of health, it is when we look through your energetical bodies, we look through the chakras and see and tell you, share the information which spirits would like to share, because there could be a lot of information, but what is important for now for you to know about the level of energy of your chakras, about what problems you have energetically, because sometimes before disease appear physical level, it already shown as energetical problem, and we can see it. And in this way, when we tell you and give you recommendations what to do with this, you could get rid of this physical disease in the future. So from one side we see and tell about problems and negative aspects, and at the same time we tell the some talents that you have at each level, because each chakra also connect with some talent, some energy, some important quality that you could realize, manifest in this life. The diagnostic of feminine essence, we are focusing mostly on her feminine energies, the sexual level, on the emotional level, on creativity, and give the recommendation. First we see, diagnostic we see, because feminine essence is like a flower. We have the roots of the flower, it's our sexual energy. We have the stem of the flower, it's our self-confidence, our Manipura chakra. We have the flower, it's anahat, it's love. And we have individuality, it's the smell, some special sense, essence. Yes. And if the flower, for example, has weak or damaged roots, the flower will be not beautiful and healthy. And sometimes when I do this diagnostic, I see that woman in her sexual chakra, she has like desert, without water. And the water is the sexual energy. It means that she needs very quickly to do something, to purify, to do some breath of passion, to do some rituals in order to empower, to receive back her sexual power. Because this root's important for flower. So at each level we give these recommendations about her feminine predestination. The next level of diagnostic and consultations, it is karmical and shamanic. What is the difference? Karmical diagnostic, it is sometimes we have some situation which repeat, some problem. And we cannot understand why. For example, one my student, she's about like 35 years. she married already 3 times before. And each time when she married, after marriage, she realized that her husband had some problem with alcohol. First husband, second husband, third husband. You see? So it's like the situation which repeat, and you cannot why it's given for me, what I need to understand. Yes? It means that some karmical reason, some karmical lesson in the past that you didn't realize and didn't pass exam. It comes back to you, and so that's why the karmical diagnostics explains you why and what happened in your life, something bad, yes, why it is repeating, and what to do in order to change the situation. This is karmical. And of course, when we are looking for the answer, we go to the past lives. That's why it's karmical. Diagnostic of predestination, it's more high level diagnostic. It is more about the predestination of the soul. 90% of people who comes to individual sessions, they ask the question, who am I? What for I'm living here? What is my mission? What is my predestination? What should I do? Because usually we realize ourselves only at the level of society. Yes, we know that we need to earn money, we need to build family and so on. But we realize the nature, the purpose of nature and the purpose of social world, society. But we do not realize the purpose of spiritual, at spiritual level, because nobody told us before, we don't know. That's why the diagnostic of predestination shows us what is the predestination of our soul here at this planet, what is our mission. And when we recognize, when we accept this mission and start to follow this way, this path, in this way our soul receives the state of complete happiness. And of course we give recommendations what to do, give some recommendations what practice to do in order to develop this connection with the highest self and realize your mission. And shamanic diagnostic, it's about that each person has several souls by shamanic tradition. One soul is given from the god of past, one soul is given from the god of future, some soul is given from the god of eternity. And this shamanic diagnostic shows what special super abilities you have, like for example, somebody could have some shamanic healing opportunities, yes, abilities. Some could have talent of creating future through some art, so different ways. And we look what shaman god gives the soul to this person. This is connected also with predestination, but it's a little bit different way of diagnostic.